Welcome back to another episode of ROC Boys Football. Obviously, the 2022 NFL Draft fastly approaching, and we are doing a fan favorite Dallas Cowboys mock draft. The full 7 rounds, joined by Noah Rockoff, our Dallas Cowboys expert. Rock, before we start this draft up, what are we looking for here? Position groups. You got picking at 24. We were talking pre-show. Kenyon Green, Zion Johnson. Let's see what this.
To me, it seems like we've kind of locked ourselves in with either an offensive guard / offensive tackle or a wide receiver here. Our free agency has been less than stellar, and I think we've kind of put ourselves in a position where we have to draft one of the two.
Okay, I have a question for you because I don't know if you saw, but I did a first-round mock draft, and I had the Dallas Cowboys take Trevor Penning.
Well, first of all, I don't think he'll be there. I think he's probably going top 15.
Which is crazy.
I don't think his tape shows that. I think that the Senior Bowl kind of pumped him up a little bit.
He wasn't even that good at the Senior Bowl.
It was the anger and like the splash plays. But I mean, we all know about that. Would I be mad about it? Absolutely not. Do I think we need a left tackle right now? Not really. But Tyron probably has 1 to 2 more years left, and we're in a weird rebuild cut cap space kind of situation. So I wouldn't hate it. I think it wouldn't be for this year, but I like it for next year.
So here's my reasoning for Trevor Penning. I think he can certainly play guard this year.
Okay.
I mean, he certainly can. He's definitely – the problem is, like, he's a developmental guy. He's 23 years old, almost turning 24. So he's like an older developmental prospect. He has a lot of work to clean up in terms of technicality on the tackle position. But I think he's got some serious power in the hands to play inside. And then maybe as he gets better, the project gets better, maybe you can move him out and kind of back up Tyron Smith.
To me, I think that he's a better – we've seen him at tackle, obviously, but I think there's a better guards available right now than having Trevor Penning switch to tackle and kind of have that question mark, can he definitely play it?
Can he play guard?
Exactly. So right here, I have Kenyon Green as my OG 1, and then Zion is 2. A lot of people have that flip-flopped. But either way, I don't think they can go wrong. So I definitely like Kenyon.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Zion Johnson probably fits a little bit better with Tampa Bay, but I wouldn't mind the Dallas Cowboys trying to find a difference maker in that interior offense line. I think Kenyon Green's a little bit more of an impact block type of guy. The film, and he's played all over the place. He's played tackle. He's played both guards. But his ability to move people around and just be a bully.
And if you've noticed, like the Cowboys love to move offensive tackles into guard. They did it with Connor Williams. They did it with Zach Martin. And they did it with one other guy. I'm forgetting his name. But it's a very common trend for Cowboys, and Will McClay likes that. So Kenyon Green would make a lot of sense there as well.
Gotcha. I really like Christian Harris on the board at 53 or 56, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Anyone else popping? Like, what do you want to? What are you trying to address right here? What position?
This is that weird spot with wide receiver where you're kind of reaching for somebody that you can find an equal talent in the 3rd round.
Yep.
I really like Khalil Shakir. And then there's David Bell later on. Yeah, Mechie. You're not going to get like a crazy playmaker, maybe like a utility knife like him. But again, I would rather go either double dip in the offensive line, maybe look at linebacker would be my top 2.
So if you're double dipping the offensive line, I'll tell you I'm going to clear off the wide receivers right here because I kind of agree with you. I'd rather go wait and get like a John Mechie, Wendell Robinson, guys who I think are good. One of them might be there in the 3rd round. Jamar Seller, I love him.
Yeah.
I do like Darian Kennard too. Abraham Lucas, I think, needs a little bit more work.
I'm scared of those Washington State tackles, man. I do not.
He plays super wide, lets people just get right into his chest, and I kind of agree with you. It doesn't seem – and he doesn't have the versatility. Like, you go get Darian Kennard, Jamar Seller, they can play guard, and I think both of them have a chance at playing tackle. Do you want to take a look at the linebackers real quick? Because I do think it's a juicy spot for linebackers. And after a couple of these guys, like Christian Harris is a stud. I got to clear off the O tackles. So what are you thinking? Would you rather go linebacker or would you rather go interior offensive line / tackle, swing tackle?
See, this is tough because I really do like Christian Harris. And and you go down even farther, I think Quay Walker, I think he's probably closer to off the board than that far down the list.
I agree.
It's kind of hard to pick someone like Quay Walker, so we'll leave that one alone.
Okay.
But to be honest here, I'd rather just double dip at offensive line. We need the depth. We don't have the depth. We don't trust Connor McGovern. Someone like Salyer could be a bully in the inside or could play tackle if something happens to Tyron.
So would you go Salyer over Kennard?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And
Really?
I really don't think that's close for me. I'm not a fan of Kennard at all.
I like Jamari Salyer's tape. His tape is rock solid. And Darian Kennard's tape is like as not rock solid as possible. Like there's some extremely impressive reps he has where he's like absolutely bullying people.
Right.
And then there's certain where it's like, dude, do your feet even work? Like they're just the feet are stuck in the mud. He's not a good athlete. He's got no balance. So I'm with it. I think Jamari Salyer, like, you're getting a stud. You're gonna get a really good football player for 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like that pick a lot. He was a favorite of ours for a while, 2 months ago.
Well, even at the beginning of the draft process, I remember that.
Yeah, we've had him up there. We liked his game for a while, and it looks like people are finally catching on. Let's take a look at wide receivers here. I know you mentioned you like Khalil Shakir. David Bell still on the board. Unfortunately, Wayndell Robinson off. Who's
with
jumping?
Shakir, I think Shakir can really replace what Cedric Wilson did for us. And then he can step in week 1 if we need him, when Michael Gallup's out, and put him in the slot, kick CeeDee Lamb outside, and then have James Washington and Simi Fehoko, and hopefully we sign someone else, but maybe Antonio Brown, who knows? So I really like Shakir. I don't know if you've gotten around to watching too much of his tape, but
Watched a little bit. I'm not as big of a fan. I'm probably going David Bell here because David Bell's film is like, yeah, I get he tested pretty poorly, but there's something to be said about 3 straight years in the Big Ten catching for 1,000 yards, just being good catching footballs.
right.
You know more about the scheme for the Dallas Cowboys, so I would defer to you.
So the thing with David Bell is that you're not going to put him in the slot. You're going to expect him to win on the outside. In year 1, he doesn't really have the speed to beat people. I know he's reliable in the Big Ten, but it's tough to trust someone like that year 1 is pretty much what it boils down to.
So you want to go Shakir here?
I really like Shakir here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because he's not a guy that I totally – and I'm like – this has been a problem, I think, with my evals. I haven't been doing this very long, but for however long I've been doing it, I feel like I don't give enough credit for the non-Power 5 guys. Like, if you're not dominating, putting up crazy numbers, I feel like my audio just went crazy. Can you hear me? Oh, right. I think you might be freezing. Hold on. I'm changing
a little bit there.
All right, we're good.
All right. Cool. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But yeah, the thing with Shakir really quickly, though, is another.
Oh, boy, we're losing Rock.
Another guy that fits the mold. The Boise State to Dallas Cowboys pipeline is as strong as it's ever been. Selling point on Shakir as well. Yeah,
I like it. I'm with it. All right. 129. You know I like Zach Tom. You know how I feel about Zach Tom.
Mm-hmm.
But we have already really addressed the offensive line pretty significantly. What other position group are we trying to maybe fill out to add some depth
to? Here I'd like to look at edge just to see if there's a developmental guy.
Yeah, it's just don't tell me to pick Dominique Robinson again.
No, honestly, someone that the Cowboys have shown interest in is right there is Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I like his game. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and he'd fit well in our scheme. So I think that would be a great pick for us, someone that we don't really need to rely on year 1, but year 2 he can step in and kind of be a dog. I got around to watching Malcolm Rodriguez finally. What was that?
What do you think?
I like him, dude. I actually really like him. I like him, and I like Terrell Bernard too. So it's like those two kind of
a little undersized. So like 220 pounds, only a 4.6 40. Like I just worry about him picking through the trash a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do like his game too. Terrell Bernard's a good player, but I love Malcolm Rodriguez.
Not that Malcolm Rodriguez is a massive player or person, but dude. Yeah, but dude, that man, like he fights. Like you see him like making tackles all over the place. I love his game. And I think like he's a captain, a leader, someone who would step in year 1 and could actually play a couple snaps for us, and we're gonna need it.
So you pretty much summed up exactly what I just talked about Malcolm Rodriguez on our linebackers. Like this dude is just a football player in the sense that he's always around the football. I think he's got solid instincts. He ran a 4.5 40. Like he's fast.
Good enough.
Bench 225 34 times, I want to say. Like he's a gym rat. He's tough as nails. He's smart. He's fast and athletic. Like he's a little stiff for sure, and like a little bit short, like limited. But like I just love, and he's a former state champ wrestler. Like he's a linebacker. He knows how to get people to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be okay if you want to go with him. I love him.
I like it a lot because I don't trust Van Der Esch to be here after next year or after this year, and I love it. I love Rodriguez.
The thing that got to is that he's a state champ wrestler in Oklahoma, which is like a big deal.
Yeah.
And he goes and wrestles with the Oklahoma State wrestlers after practice. Like after football, he'll go roll around with like the Oklahoma State guys who have like numerous national champs. Like, he's just a dog.
That's amazing.
That comment, this is just disrespectful.
Yeah, when I've been doing these PFF mock simulators thing, like he's always been around here, and I don't know why he's not going to be here.
It's the Wake Forest bias. It's a joke.
Yeah, it is. It is exactly what it is. So
where are we going?
We guys say Thomas, right? Or did we not?
No, we did. We got one for Rodriguez. So I kind of watched it there.
All right. Sorry, Oklahoma Sooner. We went from Oklahoma to Oklahoma State. Oof.
Oh, I do like Mike Clemens.
And yeah, so okay, that's interesting because I really do like Michael Clemens a lot. After I saw the Cowboys were interested, and then I talked to you about him. That's someone who I really do like. And on the board right now, I like him better than Robinson. I don't trust Adam Anderson. I like him better than Gunter.
You have to pass on Adam Anderson. That's what I've been.
Yeah. I don't know. He was his case is coming up soon, so we'll see if he's going to be in the jail or on the field.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael Clemens.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like Michael. He's got a little work to do, like technique wise. I feel like because he looks sick. Like he takes the field, little crop top, number 2, long arms, physical. Good, like pretty good get off. He's not like super bendy, but he's explosive. Just like I feel like he just needs to learn how to rush faster. I don't think he's like flailing his hands. Like
he's a little wild. He's a little wild.
So
what are your thoughts on Flott? Because I know he's small, but like,
that's my opinion.
But like, dude, he's good. I really, he's really good.
175.
Yeah, he's not 175.
He's 6'1". He's my weight. Like, come on, how are you gonna play in the NFL at that? Like, that just makes sense.
You sound like me last year with Davis. So.
What do you like him? Like
I do. I actually really like his game. I think he's just kind of like all over the place. He's a little bit wacky in his technique, but he's around the ball a lot, makes some splash plays, some nice interceptions, and I'm okay with it. I like to look around a little bit more, but I do like it. I just want to get that across.
Yeah. What else do you think? And in terms of cornerback, it's not. I mean, Kalen Barnes is a freak athlete, but he's not that good at football.
Yeah, I don't really like the class after.
Hold the big board real quick before we go Cordell Flott. I'm so mad Zach Towns not gotten picked yet.
Any tight ends? I mean, we're kind of late to the game here.
We just broke down tight ends on the channel. There's obviously Chigo is a guy. I had
him come around to him yet?
What are you saying?
Have you come around to Chigo yet? Like, do you like him yet?
I mean, he's 6'3", like good athlete, but I don't know if I see like the big time potential in him. I think he's a sick athlete, but I don't know if he's an all-around solid tight end.
All right. Anybody else stand out? Yeah, I know you like Bellinger, right?
In the tight end class, so here's how I broke down my tight ends. I basically there's a couple of guys who are pretty complete tight ends. One being Trey McBride. I think Trey McBride's tight end 1 because he blocks really well in line. He can create. He's a good route runner. You can put him on the slot. You can run routes from in line. He can do a lot. I think he's a very complete guy. And then there's not a lot of more complete guys. So I'm just taking tight ends who, how are you going to provide value to a team? Greg Dulcich coming in. He's a very good route runner, very good pass catcher, very good after the catch. Jelani Woods, more of a red zone guy. I really like Cole Turner in terms of being a red zone guy. He can't block. He's 6, I think he's 6'7", 240 pounds, super, super small lower half. I don't want to get too far into the weeds on the tight ends, but he's a guy that could provide some serious value in the red zone. And I think in a league where it's important to make sure you're scoring touchdowns, you can get a guy who can provide value in the red zone when the throwing windows are a little smaller. I think Cole Turner is an interesting guy, but there's not any guy that I love here.
Yeah.
So we're going Cordell Flott. So I just went heavy down a tight end wormhole. That was
you did, right? Yeah, I see. I'm not mad about it. I think we do still need maybe one more corner in that room. So I would like it. And again, this class after the top quarter isn't too exciting. So
yeah, I agree with that. These classes are really interesting because I feel like that's what the deal is with the linebackers too. There's a group of 7 linebackers. Obviously, you have Lloyd and Dean, probably 1 and 2, and then there's 5 more. And then after the 5th one, it's pretty significant drop off in my opinion of the prospects. All right, Any position, I think this is where you just go best player available. Any guy that you really like, go take a flyer on. You want to go get Chigo if he's still on the board?
I'd like Chigo. Yeah. I mean, why not? I think that something that he can do better than most of the other tight ends is block right here. I also am a Maryland bias a little bit.
Yeah.
So, no, I like him a lot, and I think that he could actually play year one, unlike a lot of
That's did really well. Like I could see him being a potential matchup nightmare. I just want to see more of it.
Yeah.
Back-to-back picks, keeping us on our toes here.
We need a safety, and JT Woods makes a lot of sense here.
Speed.
Speed, someone who can fly around the back half of the field, make some plays on the ball. We really don't have that right now, so that'd be a great pick.
And I say this all the time, like you get a guy like who's just fast, like he's gonna provide value somewhere. Even if he's not on the field on defense, like he'll be gunning on special teams. Like there will be a spot on the 53-man roster. When you're making these picks, that's kind of the goal. Let's get these guys, get guys who are good enough to contribute to the team. JT Woods is certainly one of them. All right, 193. Last pick of the draft. Oh, God. Brad Hawkins is the guy that I like. He's just not fast. Ontario Drummond's an interesting one. Jason Poe's an interesting one.
Jason.
A little bit of him. Yeah, you might not have even heard. I watched one game Alabama. He didn't look that bad.
It's tough. Down here, it's tough. You got to know some guys.
And there's not a ton of guys that I feel like – Ty Freifeld was a guy who could have gone day two.
Poor guy.
I think it was more the quarterback play than him.
Yeah.
Bunch of backup quarterbacks. Mike Rose, Kalen Barnes, another flyer. If you just want to go get a flyer, Kalen Barnes tested the most athletic guy in Chris Hinton, Jeremiah Gemmel. What position do you want? Is there any player you like?
Honestly, if we're being completely real here, is there a kicker? Because we need a kicker. We don't have a kicker, and we're not going to sign one.
Can't believe you're going to make him check.
I'm sorry, but we need a kicker.
All right, Cameron
Dicker the kicker. Dicker the kicker. Yeah. Yeah.
He's been around so he's probably the best kicker that I know.
Or Burkic. Burkic or the LSU kid are probably the other
Burkic
two.
stinks. I watched him at one point. And we're going to get Dicker. You can't do anything about it. I watched the OU kid miss 3 straight against I think it was Iowa State. He was had the yips or something. I don't want to draft a guy who has the yips.
Yeah.
Can't get the yips. You can't.
You can't get the yips as a kicker. Come on.
No, you can because he missed it was crazy. He missed 3. He's hasn't missed it inside of 50 his whole career, and then he missed 3 straight inside of 30. It was a really weird undraftable at that point.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Let's see how the PFF grades this out.
They're not gonna like the kicker.
They are. They'll hate it. Yeah, they'll hate it. We'll get enough for that pick, but hopefully the other picks we do all right. Not that I give a rat's about what PFF grades my drafts. I did get an A- by the last one I did. I did one for Atlanta. They gave me an A-. I was pumped.
All right,
let's see here. They're not gonna like the Kenyon Green pick.
No, they'd rather have Zion.
Oh, we got murder.
Wow.
All right, as we pull out, we really address the trenches there. Kenyon Green, Jamar Saylor, 2 SEC both guard/tackle swing guys. Both can play tackle, both can play guard. I project both of them probably to play guard. You get 2 guys who are athletic, probably enough to play tackle. Both of them are going to be really solid players.
They're going to be dogs, dude. They're going to bring some dogs to us.
I agree. Khalil Shakir, that's I wish a Wayndell Robinson. I wish a John Mechie was there at 88 personally, but I don't hate it. Malcolm Rodriguez, you know how we like him. Michael Clemens were a little higher on. They like your guy Cordell Flott.
They do.
Cordell Flott. Chigo, JT Woods, and Cam Baker gets an F. C+ overall for the grade. Again, this might not be a mock for everybody. There's not a lot of people who want to address the trenches like the boys do. That is what we did. ROC, I appreciate you coming on, ripping another Dallas Cowboys mock. The people absolutely love the Dallas Cowboys stuff. It's not fun to chop it up in the comment section with them. Y'all, appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe to the channel below if you guys enjoyed the content, and we'll be back with some more NFL draft content later. Peace.